In today's video, I'd like to share with you how I study Korean. I love studying languages. I've studied German, French, and Spanish in school. I took some rudimentary German and Spanish classes in elementary school. I studied German for 2 years and French for 2 years in high school. Then I studied French for 2 years and Spanish for 2 years in college. Between my last year of high school and ongoing today, I've been studying Japanese, but I've never studied in school. My main goal was simply to study for enjoyment. So, it's been a very slow process. I'm still not fluent. This time around, I'm studying Korean. I studied Korean for a short period of time before I came to Japan the first time, because I didn't know if I would go to Korea or to Japan. However, since then, I hadn't studied any further until January 1st of this year. I want to try to avoid the mistakes that led me to being such a weak speaker of Japanese. One of the things I did right when studying Japanese was to try to immerse myself. I watched a lot of media, and so my listening skills were quite good. I also practiced a lot of kanji and vocabulary, so my vocabulary was quite good. However, my biggest problem is that I can't speak the language naturally. So one thing I definitely want to make sure I do is start speaking right away. The next problem was that I didn't start studying grammar seriously until a few years ago. Since I was never taught the basics of grammar, there are so many things I don't understand. This time, with Korean, I review and review and review each unit to practice the grammar. I should be watching lots of Korean media, but I don't really have an interest in dramas and things like that at the moment. I listen to some music and I watch some videos by my favorite group. But in order to build my listening faster, I use AI. Let's take a closer look at how I'm studying now. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how I typically practice Korean using ChatGPT and Google Translate. The first thing I do is I find something I want to practice. This has happened several times, so I have lots of ideas to copy and paste into ChatGPT. As you can see, I've done it already. And the reason why is because, well, this is the second time I'm trying this, but also because the first time it didn't do exactly what I was expecting. So here it's introducing some grammar that I haven't learned yet, or some verbs I haven't learned how to use. So it's not helpful for me. I tried again just to ask it, hey, please make 10 negative sentences. Please use simple verbs, nouns, and adjectives. Please use both an and jian. And then I just took a look to see if it listened to me, and I can see that it did. So now I think it will follow my instructions if I simply say, okay, 10 more. Now at this point, I will not look at this area, but I'll look kind of over here. I'll be able to see just enough to select it, but I won't be able to see enough to read it. Okay, so I'm going to send this. Okay, so now I can just see that it's populating them, and I can also see there's no English, which is good, because sometimes it gives me the translation for no reason. So I just hit Control-C on the keyboard. I go to Google Translate, and I select something here in this field. Korean is here, English is here. Now, I hover over Listen, then I look at my keyboard, I hit Control-V, and it will fill the field with the sentence. I'm not looking at the screen, but I know my mouse is hovering over Listen, so I'll click Listen.
나는 어제 친구를 안 만났어.
And it sounded like he said, I didn't meet my friend yesterday. So 나는. So I'm going to start writing now. 나는 어제, which is yesterday. 어제.
나는 어제 친구를 안 만났어.
친구를.
나는 어제 친구를 안 만났어.
안 만났어. Oh wait, sorry. So if it's yesterday, that means it should be past tense. So I don't know why I just wrote what I wrote. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show you what I wrote without looking yet. Okay, so ignore the one at the top. That's what I tried earlier. And now I'm going to look at the screen and compare. it says 나는 어제 친구를, and I'll just be checking to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. 친구를 안 만나서. Right, great, perfect. So in this case, I can say, hey, I did a great job. And I give myself a little check. And because this is just a simple exercise to demonstrate how I study, I could translate it in my mind pretty easily. And the sentences are short, so that also helps. And from there, I just kind of keep going. So I'll try to show you an example. This one looks like one of the earlier ones that I did. And this was back when I would actually take the time to translate it on paper, because my understanding was so not good that I had to write down what I thought it meant. But after a while, I started not making such mistakes. And so it became faster to just understand that I understood it in my mind and to just keep going. So then I stopped writing as much translation. Like here, for example, it's a little bit later. And as you can see, there's no translation because I could just basically understand it without needing to write the translation out or try to figure out the grammar structure or anything like that. So that was a quick look into how I study Korean. I hope you found it helpful. Different people learn best in different ways. I love using my hands, so I think that's why I often resort to writing when learning languages. What study methods have you found best? Please feel free to share your experience in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in another video. Bye bye.